There's nothing better than some grilled wings. Now, are you a first timer? No problem. By the end of this video, you're gonna be grilling up some delicious wings. And more importantly, you don't need any extra accessories. All you need is your kettle, some wings, some charcoal, and your favorite seasoning. Let's get started. Let's prep up some wings by applying your favorite seasoning or marinade. You have many options, which can be overwhelming, but there's nothing wrong with using some salt, pepper, and garlic. A 2-to-1 ratio works really great if you're in a pinch, especially if you're going to sauce at the end. Salt, pepper, garlic might be all you need. Are you curious what I use? This is an experimental rub, but I'm really proud of how it came out. It needs a few minor tweaks, but it's good to go as is. Let me show you. Half a tablespoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, a half a tablespoon of some spicy pepper. I'm using árbol here, but you could also use some cayenne. 1 tablespoon of guajillo pepper, half a tablespoon of some ancho chile powder, 1/8 teaspoon of some ground cloves, half a teaspoon of some powdered oregano, half a tablespoon of some sesame oil. Now a little goes a long way. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Give it a mix. And if it looks a little too dry, add another 2 tablespoons. Where's the salt? Well, it's really hard to gauge the salt level when you're making a new rub, so I always like to add it separately. For these wings, I added some Lorry's and sprinkled some on. This way, I had full control over the salt level, and there's no danger of oversalting. Coat all of your wings, and you might want to leave these marinating for a few hours or overnight. I choose to cook these the day of, but I'm gonna let them marinate while I set up the grill. I'm gonna go ahead and light up a 3/4 chimney of charcoal. But Sal, I thought you said no extra accessories. Chimney is really a necessity for grillers, but if you don't have one, simply pour some charcoal into a pile and light up some bunched up paper towels drenched in cooking oil. This is a great way to start out some charcoal, but I still suggest you get a chimney. Just make sure the charcoal is set to one side. Now this is 2-zone cooking 101 here. The indirect zone is where we're gonna place our wings to cook them, and so we don't burn them. Now over on the hot zone, we're gonna place our wings at the end for a few seconds to give these wings a little char. Next, I'm going to place in a chunk of mild wood like apple. Now this is optional. You'll also want to oil the grates. Now this spray oil is fast and very convenient. If you don't have any at hand, running a paper towel drenched with oil is going to work just as good. Now oiling the grate is really important to keep your food from sticking. Cover, open the top vent wide open, and the bottom vent you're going to want about half open. Let's give it 10 minutes for our grill temperature to stabilize. 10 minutes later, let's open and place in our wings. You want to space these out a little between each wing. We'll want to run our grill about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Towards the end of the cook, I'm going to open up the bottom vent wide open. This will get it hot, and it's going to help to get these wings nice and crispy. Let's cover and start cooking. Right, so 5 minutes have passed and you probably want to check on them, right? I don't blame you for the excitement, but you want to give these at least 30 minutes before they start looking good. So check on them then, take your photo, and in the meantime, just hold back and keep on cooking. At around the 30-minute mark, you're gonna wanna check these. And while we're here, we'll also wanna rotate and flip these around. Keep it quick though, and when you're done, cover and keep on cooking. As mentioned earlier, at this point, we're gonna wanna open the vents fully and try to get the temperature close to 400. Before they finish cooking, you're gonna wanna prepare any sides or dips. Now, what do you like on your wings? Now, since I'm always going the sauce route on this channel, I'm getting a little old school and going with some homemade ranch for some dipping. We like ranch here at the SJ Cooks household, but we don't love ranch, so always have it around. Now, if this applies to you, and lucky for all of us, making ranch is very easy. Let me show you. Place in equal parts sour cream and mayo. I'm dropping in like 3 huge tablespoons of each here, and then drop in some milk. This will help thin it out to your liking. Give it a mix, and it needs a little bit more. So let's add a little bit more milk. And now our ingredients: half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of parsley, and half a teaspoon of dill. What about some fresh parsley and some dill? Well, use it if you have it. But if I had to go to the store for some fresh parsley and or dill, I probably would have picked up some pre-made ranch. Let's give it a good mix, and then add salt if needed, and then make it as thin or as thick as you want it. A few drops of lemon juice is going to also freshen things up. A little goes a long way. And that's it. We're ready for some ranch dipping action. A total cooking time of 50 minutes, and these wings are cooked to about 170. Although they're safe to eat at this point, I'm going to place these over the hot zone for a little sear. This is going to help crisp them up further. And don't worry about drying these out. Wings could take up temperatures anywhere up to 190 to 200 degrees. And they're not going to dry up on you, I promise. And the char bits, I mean, they're absolutely delicious. It really doesn't need a ton of time here. Just a few seconds on each side. And you're going to want to do these in batches so you don't burn any of them. If you're going to sauce, you're going to want to add the sauce at this point. But since the rub I made for these is packed with flavor, I'm not going to be adding any hot sauce or barbecue sauce. And there we have them. These wings look and smell delicious. Let's place some up. Place it in our homemade ranch. But you know what? Let's go ranchless first on this first bite. All right, check out that wing. Got some nice char, some great color. Let's give it a taste. First, just by itself, let's taste the seasoning. That's really good. Okay, so these chicken wings are excellent. They came out really good. And that rub came out perfect. Slow, still needs a little couple of adjustments, but otherwise it's good to go. I would not mind making it exactly this way again. Now, I personally don't think it needs the ranch. These wings are excellent as is, but I'll do it anyways. First, do a little meat umbrella up here. Keep the meat up to the top, and then we're gonna go ahead and dip it. Let's give this a shot. I cook a lot of wings on this channel, and there's just so many ways to cook them. So be sure to check out that playlist next. And I'll see you on the next one. Ooh, wings.